We're being joined in by Brigadier General Mir Elran. He is also a senior researcher at the Institute for National Security Studies, and he's joining us on this broadcast. General Elran, this is a crucial moment in this conflict. The IDF has declared restricted areas up to 4 kilometers from the Lebanon border where the civilians have been prohibited from entering. Can you give us as to what is happening? While we've been talking about what is happening on the front with Gaza, can you give us a sense of what is happening at this moment with Israel's border with Lebanon?
Well, the most important development right now is, of course, the evolving situation at Gaza, which has been going on now for more than a week. And absolutely, Israel is focusing on the Gazan arena with a very, very clear aim of eliminating Hamas and freeing the Palestinian people who have miserable life under the Hamas regime.
Right.
And actually, what we need to do and what we are going to do in the next phase of this war is to get rid of Hamas, its military wing, its political wing, its institution, and to enable a new chapter in the history, in the very gloomy history of the relations between Israel and Palestinians.
If I can just interject there, a lot of people are also asking about the Israeli strategy at this moment. We've witnessed the kind of mobilization that Israel has done along the Gaza Strip. But questions are also being asked about what is the Israeli strategy to bring back the at least 130 to 150 Israeli captives that are at this moment in the custody of Hamas. So what is the Israeli strategy to try and get those Israeli captives from Hamas's custody?
Well, first of all, we have to realize it's not only Israelis. We also have quite a number of foreign residents who have been captured and held by Hamas. Hamas is responsible for what's happening to them, and they need to be freed immediately. The strategy, of course, is to get rid of Hamas, and this would be the best way for us to get the captured civilians and military people who are held by Hamas. That's the strategy right now. We are focused, we are aiming at Hamas. This is the responsible of Hamas, who made a huge strategic miscalculation by attacking us last Saturday, and then they are now paying the price.
Right.
And the price is very, very dear for them,
right,
and also very painful for us.
Now, General, as you say, Hamas is paying the price, and Hamas should pay the price, because what Hamas did is absolutely reprehensible and is being condemned worldwide. But questions are also being asked about the collateral damage that the state of Israel is inflicting on the common people of Palestine. More than 2,300 Gazans have been killed in this campaign of air raids that Israel has been carrying out. The question that I want to ask you is, how much further do you think this conflict is likely to continue? While on the one hand, Israel says that it wants to wipe out Hamas, it's also the Gazan people who seem to be paying the ultimate price with the air raids of Israelis.
Well, we of course in Israel understand that the plight for the Palestinian people, talking about the residents, the civilian population, is very important for us, and we are looking forward to a new chapter after this war is gone, a new chapter between Israel and the Palestinian people, absolutely. But this will be happening only after Hamas is eliminated from the political and military equations.
When you say a new chapter between the Israeli and the Palestinian people, can you give us more details as to what you mean is this new chapter between the Israeli and the Palestinian people? And if I can just complete the question, and what will be the condition of the Palestinian people in this new chapter that you're talking about?
Well, we have to understand that the ones who are responsible for the future and the present of the Palestinian people are the Palestinian governments. And we have governments there, unfortunately, held by Hamas in the Gaza Strip, and they are doing harm to their own people. They're responsible for the plight of the Palestinian people right now. What Israel is doing is explain to the Palestinian people, to the civilians over there, to leave the area of conflict, which is now in the northern part of Gaza, and to get themselves to the southern part of Gaza. And what the Hamas government is doing is preventing the civilians from leaving their homes to protect themselves and get to the southern part, which is going to be a safe haven for them. That's the idea right now. And instead of Hamas helping them to leave this area, they are using them as human shield in order to supposedly keep the survival of the Hamas government. This is not going to happen. And that's
General
why
Elran,
Israel is very insistent.
The United Nations and the Human Rights Watch have actually criticized, the United Nations and the Human Rights Watch have criticized the strategy that has been employed by the state of Israel. They've said that Israel has put 2.3 million Gazans under a state of complete blockade. Today is the 6th day since the Palestinian people are under blockade.
Okay.
A population of 2.3 million. If I can just complete my question here. A population of 2.3 million people has been deprived of access to food, water, electricity and fuel. This is collective punishment that is tantamount to a war crime. How does Israel reconcile with this?
Well, I beg to differ from you completely.
It's not I who's saying this, it is the United Nations who's saying this.
Well, this is not something that is accepted by me and by anybody else who is human and who understands the situation, who understands the evil and the terrorist spirit.
No, I get the point that you're
making,
but the point is about collective punishment. While you want to punish Hamas, no one questions that. But can you also punish the entire population of Gaza with the Israeli action of having cut them off with everything that makes an individual human?
Well, again, the idea is to understand what's happening. And what's happening right now in Gaza itself is that Hamas is preventing their own Palestinian people in the Gaza to be saved. They are making them into a target. And you have to understand that we have postponed the whole operation and we are waiting for them, to get out of the territory. And Hamas is preventing them from doing that. So for all those who are, well-wishers for the Palestinian people, which is a very noble cause, I would suggest for them to approach the Hamas government and to tell them, stop preventing our people from getting down to the southern part. We are short of time,
so my last question to you is this. Now, at this moment, 1,300 Israelis have died. At this moment, according to the information that is coming out of the Gaza Strip, at least about 2,300 Palestinians have died. At least 600 Palestinian children have also died. How much further do you think this conflict will go on, and at what point will Israel declare victory?
Well,
what do you think is the death toll at which this will happen?
Let me answer you very clearly. If Hamas leadership cares about its own people, they should surrender today. They should just go out and say, okay, it is our responsibility and we are willing to pay the price. This is what's happening. And we are abolishing our responsibility for what's happening in Gaza.
So Israel says that it is not taking any responsibility whatsoever for the death toll in Gaza.
The Hamas does not do that. I mean, that's exactly my point. My point is that it is the responsibility of Hamas. This is the government of Gaza. And they are the ones who are responsible for what's happening right now. Remember what happened on last Saturday. They launched a treacherous, miscalculated attack on Israel, causing a huge damage. Lots of people have been killed. 1,200 people have been killed, butchered, slain. Okay? And now we have to be taking care of the Palestinian people. Yes, we do. That's why we exactly say to them again and again.
Leave their homes,
I think you've made your point job over there to free the Palestinians from this evil government. Okay,
I think General, you've made your point. We are completely out of time. But just while wrapping up, I just want to reiterate what Secretary of State Anthony Blinken had to say about this conflict. He said that democracies must hold themselves to better standards than these militant factions. I think we can agree on that front.
Well, I agree that we have to be considerate, and we are very considerate. And the fact of the matter is that what's happening right now, and you have to understand that, what is happening right now, that Israel is trying to help the civilians in Gaza by letting them going down to the southern part of Gaza, okay? And the Hamas government
All right.
is preventing that from happening.
All right.
That's exactly
General, we
the
are
tragedy.
completely out of time. Thank you very much indeed, sir, for joining us and getting us those updates. You know, people around the world are watching this conflict, and they'll, of course, come to the conclusion that they'll have to, because the images that are coming out point out that what is happening is a humanitarian disaster, and everyone, people in Israel and people in the Gaza Strip, need to be safe. Thank you very much indeed again, General.